Hello friends, welcome to my Facebook Live. Today is Thursday, August 12th, I almost said 11th. I typically go live on Wednesdays, but I wasn't able to go live yesterday, so I'm going live today instead. So I hope some of you are still able to join me. We'll go ahead and give a few minutes for people to join. And let me get on my page here so I can see your comments. I'm excited today to share with you a stamp set from the holiday catalog. However, we're not going to be doing holiday cards quite yet. I know everyone's getting excited for that, but it will be here soon enough. And I thought it would be kind of fun to play with this set. This was my favorite set out of the stamp set, probably because I love cats. And so I'm going to be sharing some cards with you featuring the cats. And let me just get settled here. If you're joining, say hello so I know who's out there. Tell me where you're from or what you're doing today. Are you watching from work? I do try to do this during the lunch hour for some of my local people so that they can take a break and have some fun during their day, especially if they're working from home. Sorry, just a second. I'm trying to get it to pop up here. All right. So, I do have a hostess code. I didn't print it out. I'm a little behind this week. So I will add it to my post once I post this video. And I am doing a free class with purchase. I haven't figured out what class I'm going to do. So last month I did the sweet strawberry, and I don't know that it didn't seem to have a lot of popularity. I'm not sure. So, and it's really hard for me every month to figure out what class to do, because I'm doing it for you guys and I don't know what you want to see. So maybe in the comments, tell me a stamp set that you'd like to see a class with. So the free class with the purchase, what it involves is I send you all the supplies to make several cards, and then I have a video. Either I do it live or you can watch the replay and to show you how to make those cards. You do have to have the stamp set if you want to make it exactly like mine, but I try to make the cards fairly flexible in that you could improvise with a different stamp set. So but let me know, is there a stamp set that you're wanting to see me play with or do a card class? Because I'm kind of stumped. I don't know whether to do the holiday catalog or still feature some of the annual catalog. I'm kind of stumped, so let me know what you want to see. So today I am featuring the Clever Cats on my cards. I will be doing 3 cards, and I'm also giving away each of the cards. So for those who are new, the way that you can get a card is by commenting and participating with us today. And then what I'll do at the end is I'll go back and randomly draw from the comments for a winner for each of the cards, okay? So the more you comment, the more chances you have to win. So, okay, give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay. Alright, so for today's cards, I am featuring the Clever Cats. Okay, so let me get some blocks out. Hi Ronnie, thanks for joining us today. And Katie is here. Welcome, Katie. Okay, so I'm doing Clever Cats, and I didn't want to do holiday, so I pulled out a punch. I don't know the name of this punch, but this is the one we're using. I pulled out some twine because cats love to play with this stuff. And I'm actually kind of casing a card that I saw. So I designed these cards around this designer series paper. So this is the Bloom Where You're Planted designer series paper with the plants. Okay. So I love this designer series paper. I did my paper share. I participated in my own paper share. And I love this one because, you know, I love a lot of the bundles in the catalog, but I can't afford to buy them all. So for this one, I got the paper. I didn't get the bundle, so that I could play with it a little. What else are we using? This is the new embossing folder from the holiday catalog, and I didn't write the name on it. It is the Time Worn Type 3D embossing folder, and I love vintage and old looking stuff, so I had to have this one. So that's the folder that I will be using today. What else? One thing I need to let you know, I had planned to do circles, and I cannot find my circle dies. They're somewhere here, but I can't find them. So I am using ovals today, and these are retired. So you can't currently purchase them from Stampin' Up. You may be able to get them from somewhere else. However, please know that on all these cards I had originally planned to use the circles. I just can't find mine. So, and I kept my ovals because you can use these for all kinds of things. So I wasn't about to get rid of those. So just know that if you see those. Hey Darla, thanks for joining us. Hi Felicia. Okay, so let me see where I'm going to start. I kind of got some things ready. One of the things I wanted to share with you, if you're not familiar with some of the new photopolymer stamp sets, they've started printing the images on the inside so that you, it used to be that they'd put them on these sheets and then they'd have a thinner sheet on top and you'd peel that off and then this would be in there and it kind of float around. You can keep it like that if you want. I prefer to put them on the images in here and then you know if you're missing a stamp. I know some people have said that they can't read what this is, but if you look on the front, you can. So I'm not sure really. I don't know. It doesn't cause me a problem. I will suggest if you take them off and you put them in here, you can save these little sheets. You could do window sheets with these, so as long as you don't get them too dirty or scratched up, you could save these for projects. So I'm saving mine. So that's a stamp set. Some of the colors, I just pulled colors again from the back of my designer series paper. So of course I'm going to use black for the cat. And then I pulled out Cinnamon Cider, which coordinates with this designer series paper. And they also have gray granite on here, so I pulled out that. And then I pulled out Crumb Cake. Now Crumb Cake is not on here, however I have a card that I'm going to demonstrate, and I wasn't sure if Crumb Cake might be a better color. You'll see as we go along. Okay, so those are the colors I'm using today. And then I think we can get started. Okay, so let's see here. I have my little I made a little notes sheet to help me remember, because I didn't have time to make the samples beforehand. So and I again, if you joined late, I am giving these cards away, so please comment. At the end, I will randomly choose a winner from the comments, and then I will ask that you message me your address just to make it easy on me. Please know that I will be stamping 2 cards so that I have a sample. I didn't get it stamped beforehand, so just bear with me. I'm here today. That's what matters, right? Okay, so my first card, I pulled out this brick-looking designer series paper. out of the bloom where you're planted. And to me it's not quite white. I wanted to put some vanilla in there. So I have a vanilla background and a cinnamon cider background. And then I cut some vanilla ovals. Again, circles would be currant, but I couldn't find my circles, so. And I am going to be using this cat for all of the cards. Okay. So this cat it's kind of hard to see, but he's like in a box. If you have a cat, you know they love boxes. And this funky stamp here is what you can use to color in the box. Okay. So we're going to use that as well. And then I think on this one, I don't want these to be Halloween. So my sentiments are going to be, I'm going to use the one that says, really, I've been this cute all 9 lives. And then I'm going to use the Hey Crazy Cat. Okay, which is right here. Alrighty. Hi Amber, thanks for joining us. And let's see. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Okay, so for this first card, and these are very simple cards, they're very basic. This first one I'm going to stamp. Now when you're using the photopolymer, these don't have any of the cushion that the red rubber have, or even the blocks if you still use the wood block stamps. So I like to take one of these pads. This is one of our stamp pads from the catalog. It's just cut in half because I use these for classes. I like to put these under the cardstock because they provide a little give, and when you're using an image that is so full like this, you get a crisper image. Okay, so let's do that. And I also need a stamp cleaner, which, let me see here. I will have one over here. Okay. Okay. So make sure, you always want to make sure your black is really inked up well. I suggest that when you're going to buy a black ink pad, be it Memento or StazOn, you buy the refill. Because there's nothing worse than going to stamp something and your black ink pad is dry. Because as much as you try, you're not going to get a very good image. Okay, so we're going to ink this up in the black. Okay, and then we're going to stamp him here. And again, I'm making 2 cards, 2 of the same card. It's much quicker if you're making multiples to kind of do them at the same time, rather than to just sit and do one and do the next one, unless you're going to do them differently. Okay. So put that down. And now, because we have cinnamon cider in our cardstock here, that's the color that I'm going to use for the box. Okay. So then ink that up, and then you're just going to come in here and line it up and stamp. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. And then what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to try this on one. We'll see. I'm not quite sure why they kind of leave this color down here, like blank, but I'm just going to kind of pull a little bit of the color, just so it's a lighter shade. I'm sure it has something to do with shading or something, but having it stay completely white is a little odd. So we'll just kind of blend that, pull that color in. Pull those. I'm just trying to clear up the watermarks because we all know a cat would not jump in a wet box. So there. Okay. So there's that. Okay. And then I think we're ready to assemble our card. So this first one is just really simple. I just cut an extra oval in case I messed up. If you wanted, you could just stamp it and have a piece stamped for later. Okay, so we're going to fold our cardstock. Use our phone folder. Again, I'm doing 2. And then I am just going to put this I'm just layering this on the vanilla. You may notice that I'm finally using the Stampin' Up, the Stampin' Seal. I'll share with you that I'm using this Seal Plus. I think it's easier to work with than the other one because it has breaks in the tape. So it does cost a little bit more, but it holds a little bit better. And I can say this stuff holds amazing. Way better than the Tombow. Or the Tombow tape runner, the snail runner. So, alright, so let's do this again. So how many of you out there like cats? Or think you might get this set? Felicia asked which adhesive. The adhesive I'm using is the Stampin' Seal Plus. So, if you haven't looked in the catalog, they discontinued the snail a while back. So, okay. And then, so I'm thinking I'm going to put these on here, but then I need a sentiment. So, I am going to punch these little shapes out of here. And let me straighten my stamp. I like to use my grid below to send it. Ember makes a good point. You may not be crazy about cats, but if you know a lot of people that are, or really close to somebody that is, this would be a great set to be able to make them some really cute cards. So, okay, and then I think, I might do something like that. But I think this needs something behind it. Something behind it. I know. Hold on. I have this punch. I wonder if this would... That might look kind of good. So let's punch this out of black. Okay. So I'm going to punch 2 of these out. And then I think just needed a little something behind it, so then I always debate where I should put the dimensionals. So I'm gonna do it like this. Turn this over. Okay, so we can put these down. Kind of in the middle to the side, and then some dimensionals. I'll use these foam. These are the foam adhesive sheets. That's what I have handy, so that's what we're going to use. One down on there. And then adhesive on here. I'm so picky. Okay. And there's our cards. Cute. Pretty simple and cute and fast. Okay, so our next one we're going to do, I'm just going to do one at a time. I know I'm contradicting myself, but I'll go over the hour if I don't. So, and I want you all to see all 3 cards. So, okay, so for this one, I'm using Garden Green, Gray Granite, and I've embossed it with that embossing folder. This was another sheet that was in there, and I am using this one here. I am going to cut out one of these plants, okay? So if you have the dies, you could die cut them. I don't, but I really like this set, so that's what we're going to do. And then, let's see. Maybe use this, I think. Okay. All right, so to start, I'm going to cut out this one here. So I don't want to cut through the other plants, because if I do that, then I can't use them. So be mindful when you're doing this, even if you're in a hurry. Okay? So let's cut this out. It's not going to take too long. Remember, if you're cutting, I like to hold my scissors straight and move the paper, and I like to intentionally leave a bit of an edge. That way, you don't have to be as exact in your cutting. And then no matter, if you intentionally leave that edge, then as you're cutting, it doesn't matter how close you're getting to it. I don't know if that makes sense, but you're purposely leaving an edge, so you should see that edge all the way around. People are not going to pay attention to how thick that edge is necessarily. But they will pay attention if you try to get right on the line, and then you don't always do it. So. How many of you guys have this plant set? I wasn't thinking it was going to be very popular, but it's become very popular. I love plants myself. But Ronnie got the bundle and not the paper. The paper's still in the catalog for several months. So if you didn't get it right away, Ronnie, there's still, you have until the next catalog comes out, which I think is April. So no worries. All right, so we're going to use that, and then I'm going to stamp on here. And so I'm going to get my sheet out, my pad, and we're going to stamp our cat. Okay, and again, I'm going to do him black. So okay, stamp him down like so. I have black on my hands. Okay, and then we're going to color in his box. And again, I am going to use the cinnamon cider because I have cinnamon cider in my plant over here. Okay, so, and again, I'm just going to lightly pull that color. Just so that it's not all white. That is just my preference. Okay. So there's that. Okay, let's see here. Righty. Okay, and then I think what I'm gonna do is I need garden green. Hold on. So I used garden green for my base, and I'm going to use it for my sentiment as well. Okay. And I'm going to punch 2 of those because I will be making 2 cards. I'll just make the other one after the live. Okay, so do that. So I'm going to use the same sentiment. You could, if you had happy birthday or something, I mean, you don't have to use the words in the stamp set. Now you'll notice I'm not using the pad. If you're stamping words that are very thin like this, they tend to work all right without the pad. It's when you're stamping images that have a lot of space where the ink needs to be, that if you don't use the pad, you will get white spots. Okay, so to clarify that for y'all. Okay, and I think I'm almost ready to put this together. I think I'm gonna keep that down there. I might chop this up just a bit. Now I'm casing this idea. I've seen several cat cards with the plants, so please know that. I don't know who exactly I cased it from, but I did copy. Okay. And bone folder. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's put this down first. Okay. So I'm going to put that down, and then I think I'm going to put this, I think how I'm going to do it, just kind of laying it out before I actually adhere everything. I think that's kind of how I'm going to do it. I know I want to put dimensionals on the plant, and I know I want to use mini dimensionals. So good, I have some right here. Because I want to be able to put it on these smaller pieces over here. Like the leaves and stuff. So... down there, put that right there, and then maybe one right there. Okay, and then I think that I will pop this up as well. Okay, so now we're ready to put it all together. Keep losing my adhesive. Now, if you haven't tried the Seal Plus, it's kind of similar to the Fast Fuse, which some of you may have hated or you loved. I loved it once I realized how to use it. This is kind of similar in the stickiness, but not necessarily how you use it. So you don't want to push hard. I think a lot of people try to push hard with this and it will rip your paper. So that might be one of the problems. Let's see here. I want to kind of create some layers here, so I think I'm going to do it like that. So let's put this cat down first. I don't know if you can see, but let's see. I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but there's like little breaks in this tape, and so that's what makes it break apart pretty well. Okay, so I'm going to set him there. You could choose either one on here. I'm gonna do plants down here. Just kind of like so. And let's do this first. And we're going to put it kind of like that. And then we'll put this right here. So you'll see I'm kind of crossing all of these corners and letting everything shine out. So it's not totally, you can see all the different layers and everything doesn't necessarily line up. I personally like that. I would add another dimensional here too. I'm not actually. I'm going to cut this here because it's on the end like that. You don't want to. Risk it getting all torn up. Okay, so that. Stick that under like so, and then one more thing. Right, because we had this twine, so we got to use some of it. This is one of the twine from the pack that comes with like all the 5 different colors. I love that they did that. All the neutrals. So tie a bow, trim it up, get my little liquid glue. I'm going to put a little spot right here on his tail. He looks mischievous, so he's in a box, doing stuff he's not supposed to. And he's got a bow. Well, he's got string wrapped around his tail. So, there's that one. I think is super cute. Lots of fun. Incorporates some of the different bundles we have. So what do you think? Fun? Okay, and I have one more for you. Okay. Also, don't forget to do your envelopes. Okay, let's stamp an envelope. I will eventually stamp envelopes to go with all of these. But let me just show you one. What could we stamp? Let's see here. Perfect one. All right. So this little one is the cat that's like sitting on something, right? So I'm going to stamp him right here because he's going to be sitting on the address or the person's name that I'm going to do here. Okay. And it just gives them a little sneak peek of what's inside the envelope. Okay, so this one you kind of want to make sure it's a little straight. And I'm going to stamp them right here, like so. Okay. And he's got a little spots, but it's okay. He's, you know, he's a stray cat. He's not full bred, right? So, no two cats are alike. I'm going to stamp one more. A lot of times, the photopolymer, you need to like clean them before you do your first stamp. They have like some people say they have a film. I don't know. I just know the first time I stamp with them, it doesn't come out real clear. But if I wash it first, then it's better. Okay, see? And I got a little line down there. That's totally fine. We're just writing the address on here, right? So, if you don't use Stampin' Up's envelopes, I encourage you to try them. They're amazing. They're so nice to write on, and they're wonderful to stamp on too. Okay, so our last card, I think this one is the funnest one. And I was thinking of doing a class to go with this stamp set. Would any of you be interested? Again, like I said, it's so hard for me to try and figure out what classes to do or Facebook Lives to do around stamp sets. So I always welcome suggestions. If there's a stamp set you're struggling with, send me a message. If I have it, I'll find some ideas and help you figure out ways to use it. Okay. So this next one is going to be on, we're going to have a black base, okay, and because we have a black base, we need to have a color to put inside that you can see, okay, or write on. And then, what else are we going to do? I did a white oval, and then I'm going to do a layering, so I did that again. I wanted to do circles. I couldn't find my circles, so I did ovals. Just something that fits the cats. So, what else? Let me see. Okay, then I cut a piece for the front of the card, so that's what this is, and then I have some scraps if I need it. Okay, alrighty. So this is another one I kind of cased. I was just going really quickly trying to get some ideas, so I didn't get names. I apologize. So it's not my original idea, but I think they're super cute. Okay, so let's start with our base. We're going to fold it in half. Okay. And I'm just going to put this on the inside so I don't confuse myself with what piece this is. Okay. Alrighty. So, put that on the inside, and then you can write your message in there. Stamp it, whatever you want. All right, so here, that's gonna go down there like that. And I'm gonna stamp my cat on here. Okay, and we're gonna layer again. And again, I'm gonna do the one with the box. Okay, so we'll ink him up in black. You could always do these in different colors. Boxes come in all different colors. So whatever you want. The door from Celebration, Kathleen says. It's funny that you say that because I actually had an idea for a class to go for that. I have some ideas, so I just recently ordered it. I don't have it yet. It's coming. So thank you for that, because when I first saw that stamp set in the Celebration catalog, I thought it was so plain, and there was only one thing to do with it, and that's color, and I'm not going to color all that. However, I've since come up with a lot of ideas, so I ordered it, so I would be happy to share that. Okay, so then we're going to do our color. Now I could do the cinnamon cider, but I'm using crumb cake, so I'm going to use crumb cake on the box for this one. Okay, so okay. So for those of you that are not aware, right now we are in our second celebration. So typically Stampin' Up! Just does one celebration a year, but this year they're doing two, and we are in the second one. So if you're a regular customer of mine, I've sent out catalogs. I am having a catalog kickoff this weekend, so you're welcome to, if you don't have catalogs, to come by my house and pick one up. The classes are full, but you're more than welcome to come take a look at what we're doing and pick up some catalogs. But it is celebration for August and September, so it's a great time to place an order. Every $50 gets you a free item out of the catalog. It's also a great time to host something with your friends. I'm throwing it out there. I am doing workshops. You might want to do that. I mean, we don't really know what this winter holds, so you might want to get some girlfriends together and actually have a fun afternoon in case we're not able to do that in the coming months. And this is a great time to do that because it's a win-win for both of you. Everyone gets something for free. So, and then also if you have a really long wish list, you can purchase the starter kit, which is an awesome deal, and you can add a free bundle on with that. And there's no commitment. You can just get the starter kit and do nothing else after that. It's totally fine. And I actually have lots of people on my team who do that over and over again. And there's no rules against that. So, okay, so what we're going to do is it's going to kind of be like this, right? Okay, I have this little piece here. I don't know if this will fit. Yep, it's going to fit. So I closed that because I was yapping. And this one says, "Hey, crazy cat." I'm going to actually stamp it twice since I am going to need two of these. Okay. These are just I call them my kitchen scissors. I like these for like long straight cuts. Cutting adhesive, things I don't want to use my nicer scissors for. Okay, so we have "Hey, crazy cat." Okay, And then what we're going to do, because the cat's in a cardboard box, I have a piece of cardboard. And we're going to incorporate this into our card. Okay? So, this edge is straight. So this is just a flap. And I have box cutters because I do orders all the time. So, if you're not familiar with these, don't use them. But you can just cut the flap off. You could just use scissors too. And I'm going to cut the length of this card. Okay, and one edge is flat. Okay. This one's kind of crooked because that's the one I use my box cutter on. But I'm just going to cut it up like that. Okay. And it doesn't have to be perfect. That. And then I think, let me check something. Okay. So then I think I'm going to cut a diagonal, but I want this side. I don't want the printed side, so I'm just going to kind of cut this like so. Okay, and then I want this cardboard part kind of showing, so I'm going to kind of pull this apart. Okay. So, like that. Then we're going to get this side. Pull that apart. It doesn't all come up. Just reach in there. I want some of this corrugated part exposed. Okay. Hey Lisa, thanks for joining us. Okay. All right. Just kind of like that. I don't want it perfect, so just kind of coming in here. Just kind of like that, I guess, right? Okay. And I'm actually going to, I think I'm going to cut this in half. This is a little long, so I don't need it to be perfect. I just want the bottom edge. Okay. So then we're ready to assemble this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this piece down first. And just going to put it down like so. Now be mindful of your card. If you do everything at the bottom and it's so small, you're going to have a lot of black space up here. So, you know, pay attention to what you're working with, and it's okay to move up a little and not work directly on the very bottom. Okay, so there's that. And then, so this is the side I want showing, so I'm going to put my adhesive on this side. Okay. And I'm using my Seal Plus. You could use your liquid Tombow if you wanted. I would be sure to get all the edges. Just know with this Seal Plus, it's very sticky. So once you put it down, it's down. And I'm just leaving a little edge down here. Okay. Like so. And then we're going to put this on here. And then I'm going to pop it up, and if I can't find my dimensionals, I'm using the adhesive foam sheets. I love these things. You can cut them to whatever size you want. Especially if you're working with bigger pieces, you don't have to put a million dimensionals on there. Okay, pull that off. And If you're wondering what my favorite adhesive is, I don't really have a favorite. It all depends on what I'm doing with my project. I have all of the adhesives because I just think they all work a little differently. So we're going to put that kind of like right there. Okay, and then this I'm going to put some adhesive on. And I think what I'm going to do with this one is just do a little piece of this, and I'm going to have it sit flush here and then popped up over here. Okay, so I'm going to put my dimensional on this side and a little liquid glue over here. And it's going to say, hey, crazy cat. And I'm not going to put any embellishment. I think it's great just the way it is. And then by leaving it this way, it's good masculine. If you decided to give it to a gal and you want to put some bling on there, you could. So that's my third card. So let me pull all three out. Again, if you're just joining, I'm pretty sure everyone commented. I'm giving these cards away. So I will be drawing from your comments. So these are the cards that we did. So I hope that I kind of maybe inspired you a little with this stamp set. It does have Halloween stuff in it, and I really like this one because it had the cats, but then it also has a little bit of Halloween. And I'm not a big Halloween person either, but this gives me just a little bit. It gives me the jack-o'-lantern, it gives me the witch, and then it gives me the cats. So for me, it was twofold on this stamp set. So these are our cards for today, so I hope you enjoyed them. I will be posting the hostess code that I have available. Everyone gets a gift with an order. I do a free card class with an order of $40 or more. If your order is $50 or more, you will get the free card class and get to choose a celebration item. And I'm not sure what card class I'm going to be doing, but like I said, please send me your suggestions, because I do these classes for you guys, and you know, I want to give you ideas for stamp sets that you want to see. So let me know what you're wanting to learn about, okay? So, and then the other thing I needed to share is I will not be live next week or the week after. I'm taking a little break. So I will resume the first week in September. So make a note of that. I won't be live next week or the week after. Okay, I may pop in once or twice in between. But I just want to let y'all know that I need to take a little break and get caught up on some things, okay? So let's go ahead and please know I go back and read all the comments too. So if I didn't comment on something, I will go back and read it. So let's pick our first one. So let's pick the winner for this one. And a random winner is Ember. Ember is the winner of this one. So congratulations, Ember. I need to make a note or I'll forget. Okay, and so let's do this next one. So scroll through the comments and a random winner will win. And we will get Kathleen Zuckerman. So congratulations, you won this card. So Kathleen. And if I don't have your address, please message it to me. If I do, or you know I do, if you would just message it to me, it would make it really easy. I could just get this in a card into an envelope right now, and I don't have to go looking for your address. So I really appreciate that. So this one's for Kathleen. And then we have one more. And we'll scroll through, and who will win got, with this one, we have Ronnie. So Ronnie is our winner of this one. So congratulations, Ronnie. Okay. So thank you all for joining, spending an hour with me. I hope you all are doing well. If there's anything I can help you with, please reach out. I will go back and read your comments. I welcome suggestions, and I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Okay? Bye, friends.